Hey guys, this is Alex867539, and yes, my battery level is running low. Well, this is going to be quite interesting to see. If you guys noticed, I do not have a camera set up. Well, sadly, that is because my camera only allows me to record 30 minutes. Yeah, and well, until I find a way around that, I guess I'm just going to have to do it without the camera, because sometimes my parts can get a little bit longer than 30 minutes, you guys know this. And of course, this part is going to take a little bit longer because I want to traverse the whole tutorial. So we might as well get started, and while I do that, yes, I'm going to be called Link, as normal. I'm going to explain to you guys really what's been going on in my world, because I know I haven't been releasing a lot of videos lately, but of course I'm going to let this go through. I also did find that, well, this is the third time, yes, the third time I have re-recorded this video. And, well, as you can imagine, if some of this stuff sounds rehearsed, I'm very sorry because, well, frankly, it is, because this is the third time I've said it. But I'm first talk about what's been going on. It's not really been a good beginning of the year for me because, well, you guys have known about my video capture card and all that. But then I have a second problem. My TV can't use the pass-through feature from the recording device because, well, obviously that just doesn't work on a non-HD TV. And I love the sounds in this game, it's just beautiful. But, so I thought, okay, I gotta upgrade TV. Yeah, I got now an HD Vizio TV. Nothing big or fancy or anything, but something that'll work. Now getting to that point was fun. And, yeah, it's like I had to go through through 3 different TVs to get this one. And pretty much it was tons of fun. I went to Best Buy, and well, the Best Buy online had a really nice TV, 26-inch Insignia. You know, not the greatest TV, but still good for the price. Okay. And well, it took forever to get here. Once it finally got here, I found it had a big patch of dead pixels. So I'm like, great. So I took it back. They sent it back, then they sent me a new one. Had some dead pixels. So I'm like, okay, this is great. I'm not going to buy from here anymore because apparently they don't know how to do TVs right. I'm not really blaming Best Buy, I'm more blaming Insignia. So after that happened, well, I went to Target, best place to buy TVs, of course, and I got this Vizio, and I have to say I am very happy with it, and it has a gaming mode, so there's no lag. Well, barely any lag at least. A lot less than the 0.05 milliseconds I was experiencing on the Insignia. Alright, so right now we are playing as Link, of course, and of course we sleep in like every Zelda game. Alright, today's the day of the wing ceremony. You promised to meet me before it starts. No, I do not remember this. Okay, you better not keep me waiting. And of course, that's the way. If that's the way that we wake up in this world, I do not want to live in this world. I'd rather have an alarm clock like normal. Now you guys may notice that Link is dripping wet. Well, that's because of one of my mods. Sadly, it involves him being dripping wet all the time. Alright, well, let me get reacquainted with the controls a little bit here. Alright, so now as you guys can see on the left here where Link is looking, the right? Yeah, the right where Link is looking, duh. Well, I guess it's on the left too. The right and left, you're going to see the Wiimote and then the nunchuck. Well, these go, and these show basically the controls. Now, these go away after a while, so don't worry, we don't have to sit there and stare at them all the time. I'm going to go get some money. See, it's so cluttered in there, it's not even funny. Alright, well, so essentially this is the beginning of the story and the beginning of the tutorial. So it's going to be pretty interesting just to go and run through here really quick. Alright, now here's one of the early on tutorials. Alright, and this is an optional one, you don't really have to do it, but I usually play the nice guy, so I'm going to have to go for it, right? Okay. And of course he needs help carrying these barrels, so I'm going to take one. Alright, so now, if you guys notice that the pointing in here is pretty simplistic, you're not using the Wiimote. The Wiimote right now is sitting on my knee below my battle station, which, if you guys do want to see, I will put a picture up on my Facebook page. I love how they just like, hey, guess what, yeah, we know that we're not talking in this universe, but you know what, you can press the 2 button to do this, and I'm like, and I prefer it where they don't break the fourth wall, in my opinion, but I guess that's one of the easier ways of doing it, I guess. Anyway, this is the first Legend of Zelda game to have a stamina bar, as you can see right here, obviously. And of course, you can actually make it all the way here on 1. So there you go. Yes, you probably would have got flattened by that. Alright. Now, I want to know what you guys think about this. This is my first time doing a text-based game like this. And, you know, I want to know what do you guys think about how I'm playing through. I mean, do you guys think I'm doing okay, or... Because, you know, I don't want to go and be like, okay, you know, I just don't want to be skipping through the text too quickly or anything like that. So I'm going to definitely need you guys' help. Because for me, I'm not sure what to go through. Alright. Well, now we're going to have to go. And he's going to want to talk to us. Yep, long-awaited wing ceremony. Okay, so he wants me to ask me about something. So I have to press Z. Then press A. Alright. Yep, Z to target something, as always. Then talk by pressing A. Pretty simplistic. Yes, I'll join you up there, because I really don't want to talk from all the way over here. Alright, now I can dash in this game by pressing and holding A, and then I can run at a wall to jump up. So let's try that right now. There we go. Yes, it is very useful, and you'll find that it's really used throughout the game. Alright, then I gotta go, and I have to jump across by using an auto jump. Just curious, who actually goes and uses that technique anyway? I mean, you'd think that there would be a bridge there or something in real life, but, you know. Yep, Zelda's waiting for me, blah blah blah, yep, I got it. Oh, so Zelda's waiting for you? Perfect timing! Let's go and save this. Darn it, I knew what the name of it was earlier. Mia is the name, but I know Remlet. Yep, it's a Remlet. They are so cute during the daytime. And as a nice guy I am. Not to mention this is also part of the tutorial, so I might as well just do it. Alright, be able to climb up somewhere over there. Okay, blah 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 blah. So yeah, the things that Link have to... It's like... I wonder if Link's a silent protagonist, not because of... He's just a silent protagonist, but because of all the stuff that he has to go through. Alright, now we gotta go and push this box. Oh, nope. He's gonna tell us that we have to push this box. Yes, I know, I'm standing right in front of it. Okay. The one thing I don't like about Nintendo is their tutorials are sometimes... They assume that you know absolutely nothing. I would prefer if they had it like, okay, turn this on, turn this off, otherwise this could take literally a half an hour. Yeah, I can literally go throw this little guy off the edge of a cliff, but of course I'm not going to do that because I'm playing the nice guy. There, take it. Yes, I brought her back, safe and sound, okay? Okay, now I have to go... Oh, okay, so he should be up over there. Alright, sounds good. Okay, I should probably head over there then. Thank you, because now I'm running even more late than I normally was. Now, I've done this so many times before. This is called stamina fruit, right? And it replenishes your stamina gauge. Well, I've came over here, and I've ran over here, wall jumped up this, and then literally jumped off the edge so many times. Because when you're running, you auto-jump when you hit something, so I've jumped off that edge so many times, it's not even funny how many times. It's just... it makes me feel so stupid. Alright. Now for one of the lengthier cutscenes in this game. As we go through the game, the cutscenes will get, less and less, so... Of course, as we're playing at the very beginning, it's going to be a very long time until we start seeing these cutscenes. And again, the people that did the audio behind these games really did just a great job. As you can see, the music is just really light, uplifting, and overall, it sounds just really nice. Alright. Now, I know I actually just got my copy of the Hyrule Historia, and when you actually read up on some of this stuff, it's actually kind of interesting to see where it all came from. I don't know, I'd say if you guys haven't gotten that book yet, I would definitely recommend it. Of course you're going to make a great goddess today. Let's see, so there's a bunch of different selections. I'm of course going to be with nice guy, so great. Anyway, so one thing that I'm just going to point out really quick is that I'm not good at talking through these cutscenes because I like reading the text, and for some reason it's hard for me to read the text and talk out loud. So, if I'm quiet, that means I'm reading the text. If I'm not, and I skip the text, if I skip part of the text by accident, if it's available, that means I am just talking. So as I said, it's all just going to be a work in progress for me to see how this will all work. Alright. So, the wing ceremony tests the skill of the rider as well on his bond to his bird. Victory will not come easy. Of course I haven't been practicing hard, I don't need to. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Half of this stuff is just, darn it, I have no idea where I was going with that. I mean, one thing I do like about this game is overall the art direction. Some of the characters look completely stupid. I do have to admit, I don't like some of the characters just because of how they look. But overall, this game, I feel like I am playing a painting. I mean, it's beautiful, the whole thing. And of course, playing it in 480p it really does help create that illusion. So for you guys that are playing this on a composite connection, please do yourself a favor and get a component cable. It'll definitely help you. Right there, you can tell it's like throughout this game you're gonna realize there's no real voice acting. But what I like is how they're able to convey the emotions without words. I mean, without actual voices. They can go and do it by actions. They can do it, you know, just by overall everything else. And it's just, they do it so well. You know, they give you enough to make you know what the person sounds like, but not enough to completely, I don't know how to put it. You know, not enough to really make a difference, but it helps. Like, for instance, with Link, there are a lot of times where he's a silent protagonist, but in this game he has more emotion than any other Zelda game I've played. Yes, I can't sense my bird. What do you think I'm trying to get out of this? Now, you're gonna learn one thing. Zelda likes pushing Link off cliffs. It's just how it works. Yep. See, in this game, I think Nintendo learned how good an orchestra can be for a game. You know what I mean? They did a very, very good job with it. He's just sitting like, oh no, this is going badly. What's going on? Alright. Now, pretty soon here we're going to be actually getting back to some gameplay, hopefully. We're going to be getting back to a little bit of it. Before we do that, though, I'm going to talk about some of my plans that I want to start doing. Now, my internet connection has been iffy lately. Some nights it's very good, but then some nights it's just not too great. But at some point, I do want to try every once in a while live streaming via Twitch, because, well, my capture card and program automatically are set up to work with Twitch, which then I will link to my YouTube account, so it'll just upload to my YouTube account when I'm done. I actually want to try doing Metroid Prime through that as a possibility with some friends. It'll be definitely interesting to see what happens there. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, if you guys noticed, I was having some fun there doing this. And this is actually one of the mods that I use on my Skyward Sword save file. It basically allows Link to be any of a certain color. Let me try getting back to the regular. Oop. Yes. I am like evil. I don't know. I have to say, that is really stupid looking. Alright, come on. There we go. Alright. Yep, my left wing is missing. Okay, do you think you can find him? Yes, probably. Alright, what in the world is that on that little, like, you know that sash that he's wearing around his waist? What is that? The things I never noticed in this game is just weird. Okay. Now, let's see here, we're just gonna Whoops. I forget I have to go to town this way. Now, of course, there are a lot of things I can do right now that are just simple. I mean, I don't even have a sword yet, but if I go and I do this, whoops, too early. If I go and if I do this, and there we go. I get rupees from hitting my head on trees. It's very safe, I know, but you know what? It works. There's a bug right there, so he wants it. Here you go. Might as well, just to get a rupee. Anyway, so right now, we're gonna head over and talk to this guy. Because, well, oh my gosh. I can't get that stupid YouTube video out of my head whenever I see this. Oh hey look, water dripping out of nowhere. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, this guy has to be one of the, I don't want to say dumbest, most arrogant video game characters I've seen in a while. But, I mean, this is pretty bad. Again, they give you just enough voice acting so you can tell what they're going to sound like when they're talking, and right now he just sounds really, really stupid in my head. Alright. And oh my gosh, his hair. Don't get me started on his hair. That, oh my gosh. In Pokemon XD, when you go to the, when you go to that town that's on the ocean, you bump into that guy with his Groose, and he looks just like that. So I'm gonna say nice hair. I don't understand. What's up with the finger thing all of a sudden? Yeah, I'll throw a link to that video into the description because it's so stupid, but it explains this scene so well. And of course you can obviously see what's going on here. Alright. So we gotta go find this bird again. Oh, what does flavor taste? I mean, what does failure taste like? Anyway, so we're gonna have to go find our Loftwing, but they're most likely behind it. Pretty simple. Alright. Okay, so it's delayed, so that means we can take as much time to find our bird. Alright, now we gotta go to the next part of our town, We have to go all the way back. All the way back. Oh yeah, these butterflies do mean something pretty big later on into the game, so we are going to want to keep track of where they are at. Up here in Skytown, in Skyloft, thinking Metroid there. Up here in Skyloft, it's going to be pretty simple because there isn't much to do or see here with them. but later on we will want to keep track of where they're at. Alright, so some information about my Loftwing. Alright, so we better go talk to him. This guy is actually pretty cool. Yep, he's gone missing. Alright. Fledge started acting weird. Of course he did. Of course Groose had something to do with this. Hide him near a waterfall. I have no idea where this would be. I better look at my map, which of course it forces. Got it? Yes, I know how to read the map. Alright, so I don't want to do that, but I'm going to need some sort of a weapon. So I'm going to need to talk to him about getting a weapon. Yep, I do. It's in the back room. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna go grab the sword. Now this sword is actually pretty pathetic. And of course, like any Legend of Zelda game, it has to have this scene where he has to hold it above his head. Alright, now, as you can see, this sword is actually really tiny. Not the best weapon in the universe, but you know what, we're gonna have to deal with it for now. Actually no. I'm just gonna go and start slashing at stuff. I love it when you say, you know, no, I don't want to learn more about it, then they go and they tell you anyway. Alright, you can see, you guys are going to see right off the bat that this is actually very precise control. Very precise. Like if I went and I shook my hand just a little bit, or I went up, down, just with my arm, it works pretty nice. Now of course you can go and do this with different things, because sometimes you have to strike from like above and go down. And of course sometimes you have to go on weird diagonals. Or sometimes you just gotta stab forward. Alright. Yes, I'm ready to learn the spin attack. Which this is actually really easy. Pretty much just swing the Wiimote and nunchuck horizontally as he said. So all we gotta do is just this. Now I'm just curious. Where do they get all these logs from? You know, it's just kind of odd thinking about it. Yeah, side slash, then remote and chuck down, fatal blow. I'm serious, it's like, where do they get all these logs from? It's not like this area has infinite amount of trees. You know what I mean? Alright. Well now, so let's try leaving. He's gonna yell at us. Yes, of course, I want to go look for it. Yay. So now he's going to let me carry a sword. Okay, I think I've had plenty of practice. Alright, so now we need to head to the cave with the waterfall. And there's going to be little cutscenes from here on. Oh, never mind, there's one here. I hope I'm not forced. Darn it, it is. Alright, well this thing right here, essentially, what it does is it plays a video showing how to do something. I don't really agree with it, but I don't know, if you get stuck really easy and you want to cheat, do it, but otherwise I find them just good for one thing. And that's that. That they're just punching bags to me. Otherwise, yeah, if you guys want any help when playing the game, those are always good to go to. These are goddess statues. You can go and pray to them and save your file. And they have other purposes which will be explained later on, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Now we have heart flowers here. Heart flowers will give you 1 heart, obviously. Come here, butterflies. Yay! Now, there's definitely a lot to see in this game. And of course these people are blocking the way so you can't get through to the other side of town. Alright, now pumpkins. Pumpkins are tons of fun because you can do this. Yeah, and it's kind of fun because you can go and throw them at people if you do it right, you know, and just you can do tons of stuff to it. Let's see here. Shoot. I love how that works. Do not fall off here or else you're gonna fall off the edge of the island. And of course that would not be good. Now, here pretty much there's tons of stuff that's actually destructible in this game. It's pretty nice because any way you cut it really, it does actually go and cut it in that, in that angle. So it's pretty nice to see. As you can see in this game, Link actually has real-like emotions. So amazing, right? And I keep on missing. Alright, so we're gonna go slash them. There we go, we can make it through. Now, of course, when those things get destroyed to a certain point, as you saw, they do end up having that destroyed. Now these are just basic keys, so I mean they're not very difficult at all. Now what you saw right there was actually a pickup, but I have, normally Link would hold them up over their head, but I have that cutscene turned off via mods. So you guys will not have to suffer watching all those over and over and over again. Unless of course you guys would prefer it that way. Now, of course, as in any Zelda game, you can cut grass to get rupees and hearts. So it's like, don't have enough for the sword, let's go cut some grass. Makes perfect sense. And of course, this does kind of get addicting after a while, so you're going to find me doing this all the time. I really wish that this had Skyward Swords, not Skyward Swords, but Twilight Princess's style, where you can go and cut the grass, while running and stuff like that, because that was actually really nice. Now this right here is a special hill that if you try walking up, well obviously you're not going to be able to, so you have to run up the hill. I love how the little bugs had like the little bug soul coming out of them. It's kind of funny in a way. All right, let's see here. God, come on, just need to kill these stupid keys. These things are so annoying, and they only get worse as you go throughout the game. All right, right here we have this. We're gonna climb up. Pots. Link is always gonna bust those pots open no matter what. And now we got a red rupee worth 20. Okay. We almost are at 100 rupees. Now if you guys are wondering what those little things that I got earlier were for, like that little blob thing. Whoops. Huh. I lost my signal on my TV for a second there. So sorry about that. That was weird. I didn't. Never had that happen before. Might just be a little thing with the pass-through device I'm using. I'm not sure, but gonna have to look into that. Hopefully, it didn't go out on your guys' end. All right. Well, there we go. We just got 122 now. So let's see. We have the light at the end of the tunnel, but first, there's a keys. And I get nothing from it. Okay. Well, those collectibles, I think? No, they're not called collectibles. I'm thinking Xenoblade still. What are they called? Oh, that's not it. Collection. Yeah, I guess they would be collectibles then. They're actually used to make armor and stuff like that. It's kind of neat. But as you can see, we just got pretty much basics. Alright. Oh, there's Zelda. Okay, so she's just gonna help us look. Any sign of the loft wing? Nope, we haven't seen any. Now this is where you start seeing a little bit more like, this is getting kind of weird part of the story, you know, where things are just not really going the way they should be. And of course, now the loft wing is trapped, and we have to free it. Pretty simple. It's just all you gotta do is just slash a certain way and slash the boards down. There we go. Now again to the beauty of what Nintendo can do with cutscenes. Skyward Sword, I have to say, in my opinion, is one of the better looking Wii games. Not by textures, but overall I think the renders are just really pretty, what they were able to create with a certain amount of polygons. And that mixed with the art direction, the music, just it all really works together. And with all the animations, of course. Alright. So after she talks about something, we're going to be going to learn how to fly. Of course, she's feeling something that's calling her. Now, I actually do find this kind of humorous, in my opinion. Because, see, at the time I started making this Let's Play, which would have been a month ago, or so, I had started watching the anime Gurren Lagann, if you guys know what that is. And this seems to be almost the exact opposite of what Gurren Lagann is. For you guys that don't know what it is, basically it's people that live in underground pits, and you're playing as a person that goes to the surface. Here, we're playing as people above the clouds who want to go down to the surface. I think it's just kind of interesting that it's kind of like a reverse. Alright, so now all we gotta do, we're going to teach you guys a little bit about this first for you guys that don't know what this is. You can control your character fully by Wii Motion Plus by aiming. Of course, I'm going to call my loft wing before it becomes too late. Now for tutorials. Great. Amazing fun. Now this is all controlled by the gyroscope controls of the Wiimote. Like if I want to go and if I want to bank left, I just tilt left. Tilt right, tilt up, tilt down, tilt way down, etc. I got it. Yep, just go and push the... A lot of people don't understand, how do you do this? You know, it's so weird. And it's so simple when people... I don't understand how people don't get this. You just go and you tilt the Wiimote up and then bring it down. Pretty easy. As you see, you can press 2 to see everything, and of course you can press A and you get a little speed boost. And it also allows you to almost attack a little bit. So it's kind of nice. We'll wait for those to refill. Alright. Well, there we go. Now we have to go and go back to Skyloft to complete this ceremony. Yes, I would like to save. Alright. Alright. And of course, guess who's there?
No.
Now see, after a while, Groose is just gonna kind of disappear, so we won't have to worry about any long cutscenes with him anymore. But as you can tell, he's still rather humorous. Alright. I love how much movement have to go into these animations all the time. Like, I noticed that in, like, I was replaying Pokemon Coliseum, and I'm like, they're always moving, like, extremely, like, over-exaggerated movements. It's like, I'm breathing. I'm just like, really? It's just kind of funny. I mean, they seem to be getting a little better with it, but in some areas it's just kind of hilarious to watch them. I'm sorry, I can't stop reading the text here. And of course this has to happen. The look on his face is priceless. I love the music. When this happens, this is... You could do so much with vibrato, it's hilarious. I love how they run behind him, just like, oh no. Alright, so... Yep, less than 0 with a fair chance. I had to do one stupid comment today. Alright. Now for the actual ceremony.
Hey!
Alright, so now the rules are pretty simple for this thing. All we have to do is just go after this Loftwing and catch a statuette that's attached to it. Pretty simple. Nothing too big except for we had to do it with all these people. Please, I do not want to hear it again. Now this is kind of cool because this this was released on the 25th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda franchise, and they also included the line but it's also the 25th anniversary of our fine institution. Just kind of a humorous little thing there. Alright, so now the prize is called a sailcloth, if you didn't notice what Groose said. So it's it's a pretty nifty tool, let's just say. I want to see a good, clean flying. Anyone caught interfering with other riders will answer to me. I love how they had to add in that line.
Hey!
Alright. Now these guys are all really slow. And so you can literally get a really good head start on them. But somehow they manage to get on their birds and way ahead of you before you even stop loading. It makes perfect sense. Alright, what I find is easy to do is get way above it and then dive straight down. Enough so you can still control yourself, but to where you can turn and easily intercept. And of course, yes, if they hit you, you get knocked out, but if you hit them, you get knocked out. Makes perfect sense. Alright, I'm gonna grab the statuette. That bird is almost as ugly as him. So that's why, like, you can almost tell that it's like every single Loftwing almost shows a fair representation of what each one of them is. I mean, it's kind of funny. Now watch out, those eggs that they're throwing do have some slight tracking abilities, so. And there we go. All you gotta do is just try grabbing it twice, and then you got it. Now, that actually took very little time at all. Amazing. I feel sorry for my Loftwing. Alright. So now the ceremony is pretty simplistic, nothing special. Now for you guys that already know what the story is, I always thought that this was kind of funny how this turns out. And of course, to totally break the seriousness of this moment, it smells nice too. See, I love this. They actually go and they make fun of what they just did. He'll take good care of it. Uh-oh. You had to jump off the statue. Link's face as he looks down. And of course, that's the second time you get pushed off a cliff by Zelda. Now of course you gotta aim for that little tiny circle. Let's see how close we can get it. There we go. Alright. Again, very beautiful moment. It's just, I love the planner that did these cutscenes because it's just really beautiful how they did these. Yeah, I don't see what's going on there at all. This game really does show a relationship between Link and Zelda in this game. I think that was a good thing for the series. But see, what I like here is it almost seems like this game could have had voice acting. Because if you see, every word is mouthed out. Minus here, of course. And almost every other cutscene, though. Yeah, it makes you wonder, how big of a problem are tornadoes up in this world? Alright. So now for the next dream. Things get a little bit weird.
Oh.
You know, I did just notice something. There's gonna be another text box popping up, but look around the text. Do you see that, like, that light that's moving around it? It's a really subtle effect, but it's so cool looking when you actually look at it. Sorry, I get completely distracted sometimes. And again, I was reading the text, so as I said, this is going to be difficult for me to do, especially in parts like this where there's tons of cutscenes. This really does start off the game's story, though, pretty well, so not complaining too much there. Alright, so I'm going to wrap it up because we're getting close to a whole hour of gameplay footage. So that's really, yeah, it's getting to that point. But of course, we're going to start seeing a little bit of what the next part's going to look like. Something strange is going on, of course. So we're going to go outside. There's one thing we're going to find really quick, is that this character, luckily you guys aren't going to see it as much, is like the Navi of this world. Thankfully you guys are not going to have to go through that, because that would be a big pain. Of course, we're not going that way. We're going to come down here because we need to save. Alright, well, that has been The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Part 1. Now let me just, I thought I heard something. Anyway, that would be, okay, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, just to set the record straight, this is not going to be a 100% playthrough. This is just going to be any percent because, well, I've only beaten this game twice. So I definitely don't know where everything's at. Even some areas I have to go back and really think about, okay, how did I complete this area again? So there's still a lot of thinking involved for me. So yeah, I'm going to end this part. And, you know, if you guys want to see any more of my videos, please like and subscribe. This is definitely, this is the thing that I do as a hobby. And, well, sometimes I just need motivation to continue making videos. And I really do like seeing my videos being watched, getting comments, because I will always try to answer your comments if you do ask a question or anything like that. And also, if you guys are interested, I do have a Facebook page set up, and I will put the link into the description. I also do have a Twitter account set up at twitter.com/Silex8675309. Just, you know, I'll put the link in the description so you don't have to type all that out. And then, of course, on Google+, I do have a community set up for the Metroid Fanbase, which is alive and well, one of the biggest, most active communities in, well, biggest Metroid communities in Google+. So, this has been Silex8675309. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, I'm sorry if I'm rambling. As I said, if you guys have anything to improve these kind of videos, please let me know, because I really am interested to see what you guys have to say about it, or any ideas that you would have. Alright, well this has been Silex8675309. See you guys later.